Right, hello everyone. We have a person who recently got Agile certified. What is this Agile certified? He got certified into ACP, PMI-ACP. I was just talking with Vineeth because the same place we had an interview for PMP maybe some weeks back. So I'm very familiar with this place where he is sitting there. Vinith is one of the great hard worker because his work schedule is like that. He works like in different timings, but I don't know when he find times to read. He reads it and compete with the PMP. Now with the ACP, you can see it's going on. Above his name, your length of certificate is going bigger. Good to see. Okay, in fact, we have to see his certificate. That's pretty important. Yeah, here we go. 21st December, he did it. One interesting thing with the certificate is he got above target in 7 areas in ACP. So totally, how many areas in ACP? Totally 7. All the 7 he got above target. So he's so comfortable with the PMI way of questions. So now he's telling that, okay, try me, PMI, come on. I know. It's not that easy. Even though I make it like a fun factor here, PMI things are not always easy. They have this standard. So we need to attend the classes, read the books properly, and went on. So now he's a PMP holder, and with ACP holder, its profile is going to be really more stronger. So I believe he utilized 2020 really in the right way. Okay, sounds great. Great, Vineet. So with this, congratulations, Vineet, for your hard work. Even though training is one portion of it, there are hard work needed behind the screen. I know your nature of job. Sometimes you sleep, sometimes you don't sleep, so you managed it. Talk about your success, how it happened, and give some tips on agile factor, how it is. Before that, give some idea about the job nature also, so it'll be helpful for the people.
Sure. So first of all, thank you, Shri. Thank you for all the help, and thanks to Rahul also for helping on this training. So the job that I work is for a US client, so US medical, billing. So basically happens during the night, India time night. So that's how it works. So this agile thing, first of all, PMP was my main target for the year 2020. So then I joined your classes, I cleared that. Then I thought waterfall is not the only way to run the projects. So the nature of job that I work now, I've moved into technical, the RPA field within the medical billing. So I thought, I should also need agile because I can't put the waterfall method because I have to get things faster, running it faster, give deliverables to the client very often and all that. So looking at that, I thought agile would be the best, thing to do. So I know very basic thing of agile before I attended to the classes. Then I thought, this is something that I have to learn. It's not with the waterfall. It's not going to work with waterfall. Then I looked at few of your videos in YouTube, and I'm associated with you since PFP. So I thought the best way is get enrolled for ACP with ShriLearning. Then I got in touch with Rahul, and finally we got enrolled. As the class started, initially it was very difficult for me to cope up because those terms are really new. I didn't know what is Scrum in detail. XP was something that I heard for the first time when I was going
Right.
through the book in your classes.
Right.
So after when you started taking classes, I just skimmed through the book first time. I got very basic knowledge because it was easy. Mike Griffith is the book that I referred to.
Hmm.
So it was pretty easy to understand. So I just made few notes and I kept it ready. Once the class started, then I started linking that, referring to that notes that I did with your classes. Then something started going inside my head. So
Hmm.
then slowly I started reading it again. After each week of weekend classes, every
Hmm.
week, next 5 days, I used to read very thoroughly the books.
Hmm. Hmm.
Then I started doing some small mind maps, kind of stickers on the PDFs. Then I started linking it. For example, when the product, who is product owner? What is his responsibility? The team performance. So that's the domain that I was referring to because I need
Right.
to understand the responsibilities of each of the stakeholders, be
Right.
it product owner or the team, the scrum master. So I started creating the image for them, and then I started drawing lines. What are their responsibilities?
Uh-huh.
So then when I started going through agile principles till the continuous improvement, I started linking that. So I started drawing lines. So that became very easy for me to understand the concept. Once the training was done, I went through the book again, complete from start to end, thorough reading. then I thought I was in a pretty good shape.
Good. Good. I like the systematic approach. See, there is always a thought agile is a little tough for the people who don't know that. But I
Correct.
think you broke that stuff and tell that guy is possible when you read it systematically.
Yes.
I do believe that. See, many people don't know risk management, procurement management when they come to PMP, but they learn and clear it. So
Correct.
this way, agile is also one of the topic where we can learn it. Fantastic, great, Vineeth. Anything more you want to share? Tell that how it happened.
I have a little PDF that I've created. If I can just share that.
Sure. Good. Always you have something creative. There we go. Uh-huh.
So this is exactly what I did, Shri. I just put this entire thing. I somehow feel it covers 65 to 70% of Agile book, whatever is there in my Griffith, because it's all about customers,
Yeah.
sponsor, product owner, team. Then you have your Scrum Master,
Right.
collaborative approach from the beginning to the end is important.
Yeah.
Your daily standard, your review meeting, and yeah, this one is retrospective pair programming and sprint planning meeting. So I had all this. So when I was going through the book, customers, okay, when will this person come into Agile? So I used to draw a line. Okay, he might directly go to the team.
Oh, okay.
And I would say the team should, he should say, go back to the product owner or go back to the Scrum Master, then come back to me with your requirements. I do not have the authority to do that. So that is how I started linking it.
That's nice. That's nice. This will look like a game you can play.
Yeah, so even while taking the exam, Shri, so this is something that I practice. This looks very neat, but I used to draw the sponsor and the customer the way you draw while explaining on the whiteboard. So that is
Right.
so
Right.
I practiced the same thing during my exams also. So during my final exam also, I have written the same thing, but in a different format. So
Uh-huh.
when I read the question, I just directly pull the line here
Okay.
and see, okay, is it making sense? Can this person do this?
Okay.
And by reading the question, I would see the options. I say, no, this person cannot do this. So what next? Okay, this is the option. Okay, click on that option. So this helped me a lot. This covered at least 70% of the Agile book personally to me. And then the remaining are again, you have those principles and the Tuckman ladders and the other tools and techniques that you need to learn. So if we are thorough with this,
Yeah.
whatever in the screen, I
Of
think we are
course.
in a good shape.
Of course. Of course. You catched up key events, key stakeholders,
Right.
and some of the important collaborative stuff. Really interesting. Thanks for doing this. And I think this can be a kind of a mind map to help people
Sure.
how to look at things. Super. Thanks a lot, Vineeth.
Sure.
I know you always have some creative stuff, something like this for PMP you did, and that helped
Right.
you work out. Okay, great. So, how many weeks of time needed for preparation for ACP?
Shri, before joining the training, 1 week before I could join the training, I just skimmed through the book because I need to understand. I should not come to the class,
Right.
blank. So that is one of the suggestion that I would give it to the aspirants.
Mm,
Don't just think the class is going to help you.
mm.
Before the classes, some kind of preparation
Which
is required. Just skim through the book, understand the basic concepts.
totally.
Even if it is not, it's fine. You will understand during the classes. But
Yeah,
just get familiar with the basic terminologies.
terminology should be familiar. Makes sense.
Absolutely. So I skimmed through the book, then I joined the classes. I think December, I guess it got over on December first week, I believe, because of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
holidays.
yeah.
So post that, I read the book again for a week,
Mm,
thoroughly from start to end without missing a letter.
mm,
That gave me a full confidence. Then I took up two mocks, three
mm,
mocks of ShriLearning. First two mocks, I did the same practice as I showed you in the PDF. So I did all that. It worked out really well. I think consistently my score was above between 85 to 87 average on an average. So
mm.
then I consulted you. You said it's a pretty good score.
Yeah,
Just
really good score.
you take a look at those first three chapters, which is really important. That is going to carry a lot of marks. So I concentrated more on those chapters.
Mm.
So those are the only two times that I read the book. Remaining was only listening to the videos because that it's in the night shift. So while commuting from home to office, I used to play that and I used to listen to that and make
Nice.
some notes or
Nice.
understand the concepts. So that is how I learned. So everything was stuck inside. One area I was little weak was adaptive planning. So that area I was really weak.
Yeah, the estimation comes there.
Yeah. So then I started, concentrating on that particular video because I didn't want to read the book. I'm reading the same thing again and again. So I didn't want to waste it. So then I planned separately for that, listen to the video twice. Then I think I was in a good shape. So finally, I thought, okay, uh, post after I think 10 days of training, I thought, okay, let me take the exam because I want to finish it before Christmas. So I don't want to carry it
Oh, yeah,
over.
yeah, yeah. No more baggage to carry, weightage.
No, I don't want to. So I thought, okay, I will give it a shot.
Okay,
Then
okay.
my first morning, so I went and I just
So how is it? Was it
followed all this.
center-based or it's online?
It was center-based. I think offline I spoke to you all the difficulties that I went through on the center. So
Yeah.
that was challenging. I lost about 20 minutes
Ah,
in
yeah.
the final exam. But the good thing that I did during my mock test was I used to complete it by 2 hours, 10 minutes, 2 hours, 15 minutes.
Mm,
Uh, no, it was consciously I was doing it,
mm.
which I know it was incorrect way of doing it. But then fortunately it worked out during my final exam because I had less time. So I think if we
It's
do
not
it,
it's not wrong. ACP exam, I see many people complete within lesser time because of the question won't be that heavy. What to say scenarios? It'll be straight scenarios sometimes, but depends on the day also. Okay, that's great. That's great. But tell me this: how was the questions when you started taking there? Did you felt too much of bouncers or straight to answer?
so to be honest, it was really tricky. Some questions I felt it is even more trickier than PMP because
Oh,
Mike Griffith, you start reading, each chapters will have the same concepts covered, but in a different way.
exactly.
Like empowering the team, self-organizing the team.
Yeah.
Every chapter has covered that. So to link that, it will take some time. Which domain is he talking about? Is he talking about team
Uh,
performance? Is he
uh,
talking about adaptive leadership, or is he talking about continuous improvement with
right.
people? So that was really tricky. So to understand which domain, it took some time, but it was tricky. I wouldn't say very difficult. I wouldn't say very easy. It was on a medium scale. It was okay.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? For ACP, we should refer at least 13 or 14 books as per the PMI.
Oh, okay.
This is how they give the list of books. It's higher than the PMP books. Okay, because Agile is a little broad in the sense of each one has a way of defining it and a lot of content there. But thankfully, my Griffith book is good there.
Yes.
But still, what you said is right. Scenarios sometimes
Yeah.
trick you. It needs some calm, composed mode. If not, you'll get
Correct.
deviate. You have to compose yourself. Okay, this is within that 12 principles and 4
Right.
manifesto. Let's look into that. Okay,
Right.
that's what important.
And the exam content outline, Shri, so that is also very important. So once
Yes.
you get thorough with that, I think,
Yes.
it will give you some hint when you read the questions. Okay, this belongs to this particular
Yeah.
domain, this particular task.
Great,
So
great.
that really
Right. Lot of inputs from you, Vineeth. You have become a professional for PMI now.
helped.
So PMI can't play with you going forward. Anyway, really good to listen to you. Thanks a lot for coming up here to give some valuable inputs. By the way, do you see any do's you want to tell to people who are preparing in agile courses? I believe you said already. Anything you want specifically?
I would say before going to all the chapters in sequence, so I would say just go to the team performance, understand the roles and responsibilities of each characters in Agile, be it sponsor, be it customer, team.
Makes
What are
sense.
their roles and responsibilities? Understand what is the power that they have, each person has. That
Uh,
is very important because sometimes the question was very tricky. The team was ready to change the product backlog where they don't have the authority. It belongs to the product owner.
yeah.
So if you understand those concepts, just write down it somewhere. And when you go through the chapters, just refer to that. I think we should be in a good shape to understand
Perfect.
the questions and so
Perfect. That's really interesting input. I'll take that input. I mean, it's really a good one. I know that's a third or fourth domain.
forth.
When you talk about of team performance, that's a really good topic. Super. Thanks a lot. So, how is your family feeling? Man, this guy is always with the books and reading.
They're saying, they were forcing me to finish it off before Christmas. They said no exams during vacations, no sitting, and no going isolated. You can start
God,
reading the book.
look
I
at the
said,
way.
okay.
Look at the way. Family would have been surprised. What happened to this guy? He got totally spoiled in the last few months.
course, I mean, without their support, it wasn't possible. They gave me all the freedom. They, accepted. Okay, let him just clear it off. We'll trouble him after Christmas or during Christmas.
All good, all good. Let 2020 be a good year to set the track for you. And 2021 will be the year where you implement it and start materializing. Two ways of materialization I always look for. One is definitely financial materialization. It's important. The second one is a value. You should feel yourself respected. You should feel yourself confident when you attend a meeting in office. When you're there in a meeting, your words should be strong. When you talk, people should feel that's a way, right? That's
Those values of Scrum says courage. So,
so imagine with the combination of PMP and Agile, you talking in the meeting and giving some decisions, and people see you something different. Wow, this guy is something. Then they'll ask you, "Are you qualified?" Yeah, I'm qualified. Oh, there you go. So
very true.
that's how it comes, right? I always see that as when the value starts adding, I think revenue part automatically happens. It goes automatically. But still that number also important.
Yes, of course.
If not family look at you, man, then why you rent 6 months like anything?
Correct, correct.
So we should know how to market ourselves. That's also pretty important. I keep telling that sell your value. That's it. Don't sell yourself, sell the value. You should be your only, but value should be sold. This is how I'll give value. Right,
Absolutely.
that's what it is. Good. Good wishes for your upcoming growth, Vineeth. And thanks for trusting us, being with us for 2 certificates. I really appreciate that trust what you had on us.
Sure, sure. I mean, I really enjoyed, it wasn't like a coaching thing, it was the examples are very, very important. We can just say this is what it is, but the videos and the examples that you give, that sticks, onto your head. So I'm very thankful, grateful to you and Rahul. He's there whenever we needed, everybody would have told that. So I don't know whether he sleeps. So anytime you ask him a question, that is there. And Shri, you're always there whenever we go down, Shri, this is what is happening. You'd say, just concentrate on this, just focus on this, you should be able to get it. So those little motivations are really required. So I'm very grateful that, I got associated with ShriLearning and
Perfect. Perfect. Great. Keep rocking. Let's do more to this world.
absolutely.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
bye-bye.